Alright, so update on my Terrorgheist zombie dragon model. So as you can see here, I put the white where I want to have the white for my albino color style. So here's some ripped skin right here, it's white, and the webbing on his wings are white, and there's, whoops, and on his legs, his drumsticks here, there's also white. So you can see the back of the wings themselves too. And the other leg. And this arm. And as you see right here too, on the, I guess the forearm, there's some skin too that I covered white. Might be hard to tell kind of because of the fact that these are the first colors that I'm using, so you can't tell really. Here's bone. This color's gonna be bone on this part right here, and then bone up here, bone there. There's some touch-ups that I need to do, but I'll do that later in the red. You can see a little bit of white on top of that muscle area, just a little bit of red, probably just to touch that up. I'll probably be using that hard coat afterwards, after I'm done painting it all, because you know you'll get some mistakes here and there, and you might want to cover them up. You don't want to put that hard coat on top and then do the touch-ups, because you might get on top of that hard coat. But once that hard coat's gonna go on there, it's gonna look really beast because it's gonna be all like wet and drippy looking, old drippy. So that's where the white is, the albino. I'm gonna leave all this like bloody and red. There's some bone in here, bone in here in the rib cage area. Probably leave this bone red because it kind of just looks cool this way because it's all like fresh looking. Bone here and face too. His nails, his hands, and these arms right here that come out here, and these spines, I guess, that connect to the webbing. But yeah, that's my albino, and it's gonna look really cool. I think it's coming out so far. What I did was a couple layers of dry brush here on this. On this, I used a detail brush. Well, not a full detail brush. I guess like the medium, like this one, because the detail brush is like really small. I don't even know where it is. Oh, here it is. So you can tell. I use the used one because right now it's not detailing. So like here's like the one I used. This one I'll use for like touching up on the reds and anything that I overpaint by accident. Then here's the detail brush. Anything that is really small, because there's some like small holes and rips in him, that I'll probably use that red, and then probably use the hard coat detail in there so it looks wet too. So dry brush that, and then I use that brush on the skin. Couple layers of dry brush because again this is basically a pink mix. I know it looks red, but the red stands out a little bit more. But it was a pink mix, which was basically the red and white mixed until I got like a little bit of a pink, and then ball red on top of that, so it looks like blood and guts. And then I'll be using the hard coat later on, so it is on top of there and it'll look wet and shiny. But just dry brushed on that a couple times. Alright, next step's coming up.